Is this the electric SUV to buy in 2025? Well, in this video, I'll let you be the judge, but first, let me introduce you to the BYD Sealion 7, one of the latest additions to an ever-growing range of award-winning vehicles by BYD. Now, these guys might be one of the UK's newbies, but they're certainly making themselves heard, and they're on their way to becoming a household name. So then, what does the Sealion 7 offer you? Well, for starters, a rather distinctive and fierce design. It complements the former BYD Seal rather well, and with prices starting from just over £47,000, it might be the EV to beat in 2025 for more reasons than one, which we'll delve onto later in the video. Its look certainly regards itself as being BYD's flagship model, which it kind of is. It's one of the latest, it's the most expensive, but I think the price point is certainly apt. The look of the Sealion 7 is nothing short of keen on the eye and very much in your face, with all the sharp lines of them LED headlights, different segments to the front bumper. Now, BYD like to call this the Ocean X design, as seen on the BYD Seal. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I don't really care what manufacturer calls a certain design point on their vehicles. I just want to know if it looks good, and this certainly does. Sharp, modern, and very much high-end. And with a part SUV, almost part coupe body with that sloping fastback stance, then the Sealion 7 almost gives you everything that you want from an exterior design. It feels premium and it feels sporty, definitely that bit of luxury. I mean, 19-inch alloy wheels coming as standard, mid and top spec benefits from chunkier 20 inches, then there's also a sense of value for money, because this electric SUV provides 3 spec levels starting from £47,000. And you actually get a lot for your money from that base spec, such as rear privacy glass, rather fancy looking alloy wheels, power tailgate with hands-free opening to reveal 520 litres of boot capacity, LED daytime running lights and also high beam assist and cornering lights, all the lights you could think of, keyless entry and start. You also get panoramic sunroof, heated seats and steering wheel seats electronically adjustable with safe seating positions, a 15.6-inch rotating touchscreen. How bougie that looks. This houses your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, built-in sat-nav, radio, Spotify, all played out by a premium 12-speaker sound system. And not to mention all the driver safety convenient features that this beauty provides you out on the road. But before we do, let's talk charging. Because the Sealion 7 is a fully electric SUV, meaning you get 2 battery sizes and 3 powertrain options. The base and the mid-spec utilises an 82 kilowatt-hour battery. The base spec, the Comfort, produces up to 300 miles of electric driving, whereas the mid-spec houses an all-wheel drive powertrain, meaning it loses ever so slightly on its mile range by about 17. But you get heightened performance, so I don't think there can be any arguments there. The top spec houses a 91.3 kilowatt-hour battery, as well as an all-wheel drive system, meaning the performance is ridiculous. Oh! But that hasn't affected its mile range, because you can get actually up to 312 miles with the top spec Sealion 7. As for charging, you get from 10 to 80% in around about half an hour, with it utilising up to 230 kilowatts of charging speed, which means it's not only lightning quick in the charging bay, but also out on the road. Because the Sealion 7 produces a 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds, a whopping 690 newton meters of torque. Oh, it's a quick SUV, all right. And for a car of this size, it's mightily impressive. And the force that it throws you back into your seat when you pull off the line, oh, it honestly feels the muscles in your neck tighten because of how heavy this car is. To produce that amount of force and power is wow. Some incredible engineering by BYD. Now, that staggering 0 to 60 time and performance is only on the top spec, utilising that bigger battery and the all-wheel drive powertrain. The base specs using that 82 kilowatt-hour battery still gets 0 to 60 time around about 7 seconds. Opt for the all-wheel drive, you're still getting 6 seconds. So it's still a very high-performing vehicle, no matter what spec you get. Now, if speed isn't exactly your thing, then don't worry, the Sealion 7 can still benefit you in every area, because it feels high-end out on the road. It's rather comfortable SUV to be in, and with all the features and tech you get from that base spec, it's impressive. Now, you might think £47,000 is a bit expensive. It's certainly not deemed an affordable SUV. I don't think BYD are trying to market it at that. It's seen as a premium SUV alternative to the likes of, you know, a BMW, a Mercedes. This is on par, if not better, than what them brands can provide you. Because you get the rotating 15.6-inch touchscreen from that base spec. I just love that. Can't get enough of it. But what you get from that base spec is kind of on par with what you get with a lot of top spec models. Still produces up to 300 miles of electric range, fast charging, all these features in the interior. I mean, a panoramic sunroof. So yeah, might be expensive base spec, but it's kind of like other manufacturers' top specs. So see it that way. And with them electronically adjustable seating, with safe seating positions, lumbar support, it's just comfort exuberated. Plenty of space and storage in this floating module in the centre, which houses a wireless phone charging pad. Also comes with an air vent to stop your phone from overheating. So I just think little additions like that just kind of set this car apart almost from the rest. I do love the fact as well that digital dash, so be it, it might be simplistic compared to the rest of the SUV. There's nothing breathtaking about it. I like that it's integrated in that dashboard. It's not like a separate module sticked on. It kind of looks like an afterthought. It's all very clean. That's one of the words I think I described the interior of this. Clean. Yes, it's got all these kind of rugged and sharp and rather in-your-face designs, even on the door panels, but it just, everything flows. It's just all connects effortlessly. You do get likes of adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. So again, adds to that comfort. You're on the long stretch of motorway, then simply whack them on and the car almost drives itself. And if you were on a long drive stretch of motorway and it's just you in the car, then don't worry, you won't feel lonely in the Sealion 7 because it actually has an onboard helper. Hey BYD.
Hello.
Turn on my heated seat.
Sure, I'll turn on seat heating.
Yes, that might seem a little bit of a gimmick. Some people might not like it. They might think it sounds a bit cheap or looks a bit cheap. But it just makes it easier rather than faffing about finding climate controls, because that is housed all in the infotainment system. Now, it's not too much of an issue to bring up the shortcut buttons at the bottom. You don't have to keep fighting around to find it. So in that sense, adds to the practicality. But I just like that onboard helper. Even does things like, hey BYD.
Hello.
Open my window.
All right.
Now I'll shut that, otherwise you won't be able to hear what I'm about to tell you. Because again, it's another impressive feature of the Sealion 7. You notice that when I asked to open my window, I simply said, open my window. I didn't say drivers, because it actually picks up where that voice is coming from. So if the passenger was to say that, it would open the passenger window. I just think little features like that really adds to the luxury feel that the Sealion 7 is trying to provide, whilst also successfully providing it. Hey BYD.
I'm here.
I'm boiling.
Okay.
Now, what's clever about that is I didn't even ask for it to do anything. I simply said, I'm boiling, so if I'm too hot, increase the fan speed. Incredible. It's the car of the future in 2025 for a fairly fair price. You also get multiple driving modes. These are Eco, Normal and Sport. More driving modes would have been nice if they had a custom, maybe a snow, but I don't think you can argue. It still gives you that option whether you want a more heightened performance, even though I don't think you need heightened performance in this, or whether you want to draw out that mile range even more than what it currently is. But just like the finish, the way it handles the roads, takes on corners, the steering weirdly feels light for a car of this size and weight. The suspension feels nice and firm. If I go over a speed, I'm not like boom, head through the dashboard. It's soothing, it's relaxing, it's high performing. It's everything you want from an electric SUV, if not more. I think it's incredible. As for the actual look of the interior, well, it certainly fits into that premium bracket, because there's nothing in this interior that I think, well, that looks a bit cheap, that looks a bit naff, that looks like an afterthought. From the dashboard to the seats to the center console to the tech, even the steering wheel just oozes class. Now you might think for an SUV starting at £47,000, top spec around about the £60,000 mark, then you should be expecting a nice interior, and I get that notion. However, there are a lot of car manufacturers that have top spec models are around about 45-50 grand, which I just don't think has this amount of modern features, this amount of luxury. This floating center console not only is practical because it allows for so much storage underneath, as well as 2 USB-C ports, but it's got a wireless phone charging pad with an air vent to reduce the likelihood of your phone overheating while it's charging. Even like the crystallized gear selector on this glossy black paneling with your drive mode selector and all the different functions and shortcut buttons for your climate controls. 2 cup holders, as well as a massive deep pocket in your center console. The fact that your dashboard houses ambient lighting, this nice pattern that when you're driving at night, it just, oh, chef's kiss. Steering wheel has all them chrome effects which perfectly links up to this underline to the dash, and even these little segments on the door and where your door handle is neatly tucked away, not taking up too much space, and they've kind of made a door handle look good. I don't think I've ever seen that before. You know, it all kind of flows neatly into that door panel. Normally you just have a lever here and they're just like, yeah, whack a door handle there. And no one really argues about that. The fact they've gone to the extra detail to make it look good, fair play. Another gimmick that the Sealion 7 provides you is built-in karaoke. So while you're waiting to charge, you have a little sing-song. The rear seats of this electric SUV certainly allows the Sealion 7 to enter the family SUV bracket, which, if you look at its performance, look at its design and all the tech that it gives you, it might be one of the most unorthodox family SUVs going, but it certainly would make a more exciting school trip because ISOFIX points either side, plenty of legroom in the back, even in the middle. How wide this SUV is and the fact that there's a completely flat floor allows for a rather comfortable middle seat, which you don't see all too often. You get air vents and 2 rear heated seats in the back. You also have a little pop down section for 2 USB-C ports down here, plenty of space and storage, and again, loads of different armrests, so it's a rather comfortable place. With that panoramic sunroof, sunshade, rear privacy glass, your kids would certainly thank you for getting this. And not to mention a nice fold down armrest with a bougie cup holder coming out. Let's have another go at that. Ooh. Now that's satisfying. And satisfying might just be the perfect word to sum up the BYD Sealion 7. A premium look inside and out, an extensive mile range, super fast charging, capable performance, and all that tech coming from the base spec. It really could be the electric SUV to get of 2025. To find out more or to book a test drive, then contact Glyn Hopkin BYD.